What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to Veve Vibes, where I love talking all things NFTs, speculation, and lightsabers. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. But before we do, follow me on Veve, Fastos, and Steamboat Willie, both at 9.999 million. Thank you, Notabot, Michael Stevens, Muskie Doge, Dr. Tito for the most recent donations. And yeah, let's go ahead and check out some lightsabers. So Veve has officially posted it. I'm actually a little ahead of myself here. Here, Series 1 lightsabers have been captured. Star Wars fans' imaginations for decades. Each is complete with one of the most recognizable sounds in the galaxy. 5 lightsabers. Collectible drop is Thursday, so tomorrow, May 26th at noon Pacific time. So it's actually 4 hours later. It's the typical timeline that we have for a 2-drop day. So in the morning, we're gonna have the first appearance of Nick Fury drop at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and then 4 hours later at noon will be the lightsaber drop. And so, dude, I am really stoked for this. I do have the Instagram listing pulled up. We're going to look at that after we look at the lightsabers. So, dude, I am so stoked. And the fact that they're advertising this at the Star Wars Celebration event is a huge deal. I think I was on my Collectibles stream earlier. He said something in the range of about 500,000 people, like about 60,000, 65,000 people are going to be there physically. And then nearly just shy of about 500,000 are going to be online watching it virtually, you know, from the comfort of their home, or if they're too far away, whatever it is. So that's like 500,000 people that are going to be seeing these Veve advertisements. Hopefully Veve has the advertisements going online or on virtually, like the live streams and stuff. And so just imagine, you know, 500,000 people, let's say even only 10% of those people actually manage to download Veve, and let's say even half of those people want to actually spend money on Veve. So, you know, 10% download Veve, half of them are like, I kind of like these digital assets, but I'm not going to spend money. And then half of those people are like, yeah, I want to spend money on this. That's still, you know, 25, 30,000 people. And if all of them go for the lightsaber drop, I mean, that's half the lightsabers gone instantly. So yeah, so we're going to take a look at the lightsabers. Again, I'm going to link all this down in the description below if you guys don't have the Medium article for the lightsabers. So let's go ahead and get into it. Lightsaber blind box drop. First one is Yoda. We saw this with the original picture that Veve posted the other day. So this is Yoda. This is a common. So 60 gems for this drop, which is nice. I think it's high enough to where it's hopefully going to keep a lot of botters out for the most part, because now they have to actually put in some money into the app or find a way to kind of like navigate around. And yeah, so the editions 19,800. So I think the first appearance of Yoda in Star Wars was back in 1980. So I think that is why we're actually getting the 19,800 mints. It is first edition. It's not a character or anything like that. It is a thing. So there is the Yoda lightsaber. And yeah, so drops tomorrow at noon. So $60 box price. I like that. I thought, you know, with Star Wars, we're just not entirely sure, because it's the first time we've actually had like a dedicated Star Wars drop. The other one was more of a comic. The other one was more tied to like a Golden Moments Disney thing. So we weren't entirely sure how much these were going to be worth, but I think 60 gems is a good price. The next one is the Skywalker Saber. So this is the one that Anakin had, and then later Luke did, I believe. And then eventually Rey got it until it broke, and Rey kind of got her own and all that stuff. So again, not going to read all of this. So yeah, again, it says belonged to Luke's father, and then Anakin Skywalker, also used by Rey, given to Luke. So pretty much like all of the Skywalkers used it, even though I don't think it was confirmed Rey ever did it. I remember watching it, but anyway, again, 60 gems. So this one is 19,770, because again, 1977 was the first Star Wars film that was ever released. So again, makes sense. I like how David Yu kind of puts in these small little Easter eggs with these mint numbers. A common again, so we're actually skipping the uncommon this time around. So we actually have 2 commons. Again, first edition. Moving on, now we have Kylo Ren's lightsaber. And so my friend, my Collectibles, actually called this. I thought they were going to do a different character or a different saber this time around, but it looks like they went with Kylo Ren. This one is going to be the rare. 60 gems, of course, like usual. And then 12,015. So I guess the movie came out in 2015. The Star Wars 7, I honestly forgot the name of it. Not the biggest fan of the newest Star Wars, but I do love the trilogies and the prequels a ton. So this one is the rare 12,000. So this one is actually quite a bit less, about 2/3 of the mints as to their common counterparts. Next one is Mace Windu. This is one we also saw on the initial kind of screen talking about the lightsaber. So Mace Windu is the ultra rare. 9,999 editions. This number doesn't seem to be relevant to anything. I think they just kind of gave it a flat amount just to make it pretty rare. And then again, first edition Mace Windu's. I think this one might surprise quite a few people. There's a lot of Mace Windu fans out there. It's definitely the most unique one. As far as I know, there's no other like this purple lightsabers. Even though it looks purple, it kind of looks more pink to me. Even though I thought it was purple, maybe it's like a pink purple. And then last but not least, dude, this one, Ahsoka Tano. Huge. This is probably, other than baby Yoda or Grogu, Ahsoka Tano's really blown up when it comes to like the popularity of newer characters that have shown up on Disney Plus, as well as like the new Star Wars films and stuff like that. So 5,454. So for the longest time, we're trying to figure out, what does 454 mean? What about 5,454? What does that mean? Someone in chat, in my Collectibles chat, said it was, maybe it's just May the 4th, so it's just 5-4, and they just did it twice because there's two lightsabers. I think that's more likely, but if you guys do know like what this mint number means, I would love to hear it down in the comments. But yeah, dude, Ahsoka Tano, I mean, she's been around for a while. She's been in a lot of the cartoons and stuff like that, which I haven't seen, like Star Wars Rebels. I do want to catch up to that show at some point, but I do know she's an incredibly popular character. Plus double lightsabers, you get 2 for 1 basically. So I do think the secret word is going to do incredibly well. I'm super stoked to have this happen. So before we actually jump into the price predictions, we'll go ahead, and Veve actually on their Instagram, I'm actually going to mute the music, they actually have the animations as well as the sounds for these lightsabers. So maybe if I actually zoom in a bit so you guys can see, just kind of double checking. Cool. So I'm actually going to play the sound, and this is going to be pretty awesome. It's Yoda's. It's going to be in order, so it's going to go common all the way up to the secret rare. So we'll go ahead and do Yoda's again. Not entirely sure if you're going to be able to swing it around and stuff, but this is super exciting. Classic sound for Luke Skywalker. Dude, that Kylo Ren definitely has the most unique sounding lightsaber. We'll do it again. That is awesome. Super stoked to have that. All right, Mace Windu sounds a bit generic, but I think it's the visual aesthetic is what really sells it, me personally, when it comes to Mace Windu's lightsaber. And last but not least, those sound really, really awesome. And actually, I didn't wait long enough for them to kind of like sheathe themselves either, so we'll see. Hopefully it does it. That's really cool. Super excited to see these on Veve. So yeah, honestly, I'm super stoked for these. And oh, I forgot to do price prediction. It's so hard to price predict these. I do think these will perform not as well as some people might think initially, because there is essentially 3 more Star Wars drops coming up over the next like week or so. So I do think as much as people are just going to ape into these as fast as they can, or as much as they can, there's still more Star Wars to come. So in my personal opinion, I do see the both commons, both the Yoda and the Skywalker one, probably both going for anywhere between 200 to 250. That's kind of what I'm initially thinking. And also just kind of keep your eye out. We might have quite a few new users coming from the Star Wars convention, or I should say the celebration event. So we could have a lot of new users that might list unique mints, one-on-ones, for floor price. They might underprice stuff. They might not entirely understand how the app works. So just kind of keep your eye out for that, for people that are listing stuff for a very low price. But in my personal opinion, I do see the comments going for like 200 to 250, only because we have more Star Wars to come. I will say when Star Wars is done, once we get that, maybe we get a Medium article for that last announcement, I do think some people might actually circle back around and buy some more lightsabers or whatever these next 2 drops are going to be, because they know, hey, this is the end of Star Wars, right? Like me personally, I'm a big bounty hunter fan. Like, I love all the bounty hunters in Star Wars, but if there's no bounty hunter drops, let's say the 4th drop comes out and I'm like, oh, it's just another Jedi or whatever. Like, I'm still excited, don't get me wrong, but I might not care about that next drop as much as I would have liked something else, and then I would circle back around and actually buy some of these other lightsabers and stuff for a cheaper price. So yeah, commons 200 to 250. I could see the rare. It's so hard. I'm not a huge Kylo Ren fan, but I do know he's pretty popular. If I had to put a price on this, let's say like 300. If I had to put it 300, 350, probably a little bit closer to 300. Mace Windu's lightsaber, I do think the low mint is pretty popular, but I could see this one going for probably closer to 350 as well. I do know he has one of the more unique looking ones, but He hasn't had as many appearances as some of the other characters more recently in Star Wars. And then Ahsoka Tano, this one is tough. I see this one potentially going for 600, 700. I could definitely see it getting in that realm, potentially 800. It's so hard to grade this because the mint numbers they get kind of almost like exponentially lower as the mint numbers increase. And on top of that, she is such a lovable character. So yeah, if I had to put a number on it, let's say 700. And again, I think only because we have more Star Wars coming. If this was it for Star Wars, if they said, all right, this is it for Star Wars, I could see this going over $1,000. But because we have more Star Wars coming, I do think some people might circle back around afterward and buy this. So I could totally see all this stuff going up 20 to 30% when Star Wars is done. But initially it's going to start relatively low, and I do think the price is going to go up from there. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm super stoked for Star Wars and more of the future drops. I will be doing streams throughout the week, playing Star Wars games, having other Star Wars content creators that are very enthusiastic about Star Wars, doing Star Wars trivia, all kinds of stuff for the rest of the week. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Please double and triple check all of your guys' listings so you don't screw yourself over, and I'll catch you guys next time.